Hey, what's up, everybody? You are now tuned in to Donnie's Thoughts, and I am your speaker, King Donnie. I want to thank you for tuning in to episode 52 of season 2. Thank you for the love and support, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate every listener, every subscriber. I appreciate the love, man, and I hope I can continue to show and prove. But real quick, those of you that are new to the show and you're like, man, I just listened to this dude talk for 38 minutes. You know what I'm saying? What is he trying to do? Just in case you couldn't hear me in the back, the name of this show is Donnie's Thoughts. These are my thoughts. So, my main purpose is to enlighten you all, right? And to provoke thought, right? You might not agree with anything I say, and I am totally fine with that. But my goal is to provoke thought. You might be able to take what I'm saying and add your own shit to it, and you might be able to reach a million people. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to provoke thought. All right. So that's the purpose of this show. If you ever find yourself wondering, why did you listen to me for 38, maybe 45 minutes? It's because your mind is going places. Right? You're thinking and you're thinking, you're not only thinking, but you're thinking outside of the box. Hell, who knows? You might invent something after listening to me for fucking 38 minutes. But anyway, once again, that's the point of the show. Now you know, and let's get it cracking. Today, man, let's see, man, there was like a million and one things that I thought about, you know what I'm saying? Like always. Uh I was thinking about how people don't appreciate shit, but then I'm like, you know what? To each his own. You know what I'm saying? I could sit here and tell you why you should be more appreciative, but I'm gonna let you figure that out. You know what I'm saying? To sum that up, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Whether it's finances, whether it's relationships, whether it's your freedom. You know what I'm saying? I would say your life, but if you lose your life, I can't tell you what you know or how you feel after that. You know what I'm saying? Because we just don't know what's after that, right? We could assume the whole heaven and hell thing, but I'm not even trying to go there today because that's a 2 hour conversation. But nah, we not. I'm not going to talk about appreciation, right? But what I am going to talk about though, this is what I'm going to talk about. I really feel like people are confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really think it's because there's so much shit out here. It's so many options. It's hard to hone in on one thing and perfect that because you got so many fucking options. And the internet just blows that shit up because man, you could be like, yo, I'm gonna be a producer, right? I'm gonna produce music. I'm gonna make beats. Uh, 3 months later, since you ain't making no money doing that, you like, well, shit, I'm gonna be a photographer. That don't work out. You ain't take your time with that. Now you like, I'm gonna be a videographer. Nobody's booking you. Now you're like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna just get an LLC because everybody's talking about getting an LLC, and you gotta wake up at 5 in the morning and pour hot water down your throat and put ice cubes under your arms because that's what millionaires do. All that silly shit, right? So it's hard to have a focused mind because of all the shit that you're pulling in, right, from the world, right? Uh, a person could have a million followers Well, that's a crazy way to put things, but a person can have 1 million followers, right? And you see that, and you like, man, you know what? Fucking ain't nothing else working. Let me study them and see if I can do this shit quick, right? So now you're like, all right, I got to do a bunch of crazy shit to go viral. You got dudes and women uh looking at these influencers doing all this wild shit, and then they're trying to duplicate it. They're using that as a blueprint, right? A dude could be straight all his life, right? Ain't did nothing, out the ordinary. But he's seen this dude pretending to be living an alternative lifestyle, and whether he pretending or whether it's not, but he's displaying this, and he sees like, oh man, this dude he's going viral. That's a cheat code. Let me say some gay shit, or let me do some gay shit and see how far that'll get me. Will that get me those 1 million views I need, right? Or it's a woman, you know what I mean? And she's like, oh, okay, I take pictures, I be getting likes, but I don't get enough likes. But this girl right here, she's shaking ass. You know what I'm saying? She getting that shit easy. She getting 8,000, 20,000 likes, and she just shaking ass. Let me jump on that. And no one understands this is a footprint that you leaving, right? So that dude, he might give up on trying to become, an influencer. He'll fuck around and try to start a family, settle down, live a normal life. And some motherfucker named Phil, he minding his business, he's scrolling, and he see this motherfucker, this dude doing all this weird shit. And I'm not saying, people that live an alternative lifestyle is weird. I'm not saying that. So let me rephrase that. But he'll see this dude doing some wild shit, and now he's showing everybody, what I'm saying, at the plant. Like, man, you see this motherfucker? now you got people that think you might be, swinging that way, coming at you. The people that ain't swinging that way, they questioning your character. You know what I'm saying? Now you done lost your job. You're a grown man and you done got bullied. You know what I'm saying? You done lost your job. You people are making uh uh unwanted sexual advances at you. You know what I'm saying? And now you fucked up in the game. You know what I'm saying? And the woman, she done tried to change. She done changed her life. They been married for 2 years, right? And Rebecca, she just happened to be scrolling, and then next thing you know, she's showing up at the PTA with you shaking ass on her phone, and she's showing everybody. So now, unfortunately, I don't think this is true, but unfortunately, they ain't trying to hear nothing you talking about. Nothing that you said is valid. You can't even speak at the PTA because you've been shaking ass, and now you got Beth Ann's father fucking giving you the weird eyes and shit because he like, damn, I didn't know she was working with that. You know what I'm saying? All because you was trying to get some views and get some likes. This shit ain't forever. I don't know if y'all feeling what I just said, but this shit ain't forever. You're not gonna be in your fucking 60s shaking ass. You're not gonna be in your 60s pretending to participate in an alternative lifestyle for views, right? There is no pension plan for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all out here just doing shit just to do it. there ain't no real benefit. You know what I'm saying? You just out and about like fuck it. Like there is no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where the confusion lies. You feel me? But that's just me. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm to you like this. People get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know? Shit. You could have the sauce, but you just might get lost in the sauce. And when you're lost in the sauce, that means ain't nobody really fucking with the sauce. I mean, really think about that. You know what I'm saying? Point of the story is don't get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, that shit ain't cool. Be you. Don't overdo it. You know what I mean? What I mean by don't overdo it, don't do the unnecessary shit. You know what I mean? To succeed. You have to be yourself. Stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And don't pigeonhole yourself. Because I'm telling you now, I don't know if y'all think y'all ain't gonna get old, but I mean, you're probably gonna get old. You know what I'm saying? And this shit will come back to haunt you, right? It will come back to haunt you. And then you're gonna have that moment of clarity where you like, damn, man, why was I doing that weird shit? You know what I mean? Goddamn green kids is looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't got no fucking health benefits. Cause I don't even know how to work a job because some dude on the fucking internet told me I gotta wake up at 4 in the morning, fucking put ice cubes all over my face and shit, lay there for 10 minutes, then go do a fucking 10 minute lap around the fucking track, come back and fucking do it all over again, then magically fucking I'm gonna make $1 million by selling dilapidated properties or some bullshit like that. Man, quit following these motherfuckers on the internet, bro. Everything ain't that's glitters ain't gold. You know what I'm saying? Quit doing this shit. And listen, I'm not never gonna be the guy to tell a woman what she needs to uh quit doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it is your body. You know what I'm saying? And you do what the fuck you want to do with it, right? You shouldn't be objectified. You know what I'm saying? But and I can only ask. You know what I'm saying? I ask that you just think like, what is the value? You know what I'm saying of what you're doing? You feel me? What is the value? 'Cause I'm not saying you got to give a fuck about what men say, right? I'm not saying none of that, but just ask yourself what is the value of what you're doing. And if you say, "Hey, me shaking my ass all the time is, whatever the fuck you come up with, and that's cool with you, man, I want to support it." But just ask yourself, what value are you bringing? I ain't talking about to no man. I'm talking about to the world, to the little girl that looks up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what value are you bringing her? You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about that shit. But it's no judgment. I don't have a gavel. I'm not here to judge. You know what I'm saying? You guys can do what the fuck you want to do. But your internet footprint is real. This shit doesn't go away. Once it's online. And all the motherfucker gotta do is look hard enough. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, um, another thing, speaking of that shit, so everybody like, listen. All these people that be having these little conspiracy theories, and I be into that shit, the conspiracy theory shit. Don't get me wrong, but look, I just I'm not saying this is a fact, but I feel in my heart this is a fact. There is no way that you all think the government does not have your fucking information, right? And then you all think like, oh shit, they they're telling me on social media to not agree to like what Facebook or YouTube or whatever the fuck you guys use to something, because if I agree to this, then they're gonna have the rights to my pictures, and they could use my image and AI and all this other shit, right? Listen, stay the fuck off the internet. Those people that are telling you to all you gotta do is click here, click that, make sure you go on your laptop because that's the only way you can go to Meta and do this and do that. Listen, bro, you're in the system. You're in the database, right? The government has you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, if you have an ID and a social security number, you're in the database. You know what I'm saying? You go to the DMV and you stand on that wall and they tell you to smile, they have your picture. You know what I'm saying? They have your image. You know what I mean? They have all that shit. And everybody's talking that's online like this is how you cannot have your information in the system. Come bro, listen. Y'all been posting pictures on Facebook, MySpace, right? Man, TikTok, Twitter, whatever the fuck is out there, the dating websites, whatever's out there, you all have willingly given your image up. So stop listening to people. They just that propaganda that they're creating is to try to make you guys paranoid. But you know what's crazy today? I went into Whole Foods, right? And I'm in line. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting ready to pay for my items. And it's a listen, this might sound crazy, but it's a black guy in front of me, okay? He's getting his shit, you know what I mean? The lady's ringing him up, boom, total time, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker paid for this shit with his hand. I know what you're thinking. Like, man, where the fuck you live? Like, you know what I mean? It is 2025. It's crazy to me because I could have swore not too long ago everybody was talking about the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna be able to buy or sell unless you got the mark. And then everybody was talking about a chip inside you and all this shit. This motherfucker paid for the shit with his hand today, right before my eyes. Like he boop with his hand. And I'm like, damn, I thought we didn't sign up for shit like that. Especially in the community. But I guess not. New day and age, right? New day and age for everything. So when it come to me and she ringing out my shit, I'm like, hey, look, right? You signed up for this shit? You pay with your hand? And she's an older white lady. She's like, oh shit, should I say YT? Fuck. I don't know, but you know what I mean. I'm not being derogatory, but anyway, she was an older white woman, and she was like, I'm not doing that. I was like, why not? You, and she was like, nah. I don't feel comfortable with being able to put my hand over something and they just scan it like that. I'm like, man, do a lot of people signed up for that? She was like, yeah, surprisingly so. And it's a lot of older people and then a lot of other people, and she was nodding her head to the black guy that just left out that you wouldn't think, wink, wink, you know what I mean? That would sign up for something like this because this is crazy. But I guess that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? All roads lead back to Rome, I guess. When in Rome, do as the Romans. So be expecting all you motherfuckers this right now, 2025. Oh, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna put my ID in my digital ID on my phone because the government will have me. I'm not gonna do this with Meta, blah blah blah. 5 years from now, you're gonna walk inside Nordstrom's and you're gonna pay for something, a $500 shirt with your fucking hand. Boop, and it's gonna be normal. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. This machine, this program that's put in place, nobody is bigger than the program, right? Nobody. So just give it time. Shit like that is gonna become normal. You know what I'm saying? Just like, and excuse my language, just like in the 90s, people ate some, you know what I'm talking about? Dudes was out here eating that shit, right? But motherfuckers wasn't really bragging about it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you would do that shit, you know what I'm saying? But you wasn't like showing up at the school, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Talking about that shit to your friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I ate some, you know what I mean? It wasn't that popular. But fast forward to the 2000s, the music started to get a little crazy and it became the norm. You know what I'm saying? So if that could be normalized, so can paying for shit with your hand and doing whatever process they have you do to do that shit. Also, speaking about that, right? Great segue. This is for all the men, right? All the men, you know what I'm saying, in the community, right, across the world, you know what I'm saying? I want to be the first to tell you, if you haven't heard this before, having sex does not make you a man. I just want to throw that out there. And if someone is telling you and promoting that to you at a young age, that's disrespectful. And they need help because no one told them that does not make you a man, right? I know this seems off topic, but it's really not. You know what I'm saying? It got to start somewhere. Maybe it's just what I see on my timeline, but the disrespect towards women is crazy. The way that I've ha- the way that I've been around my male friends and the things that they say, right? And I gotta, I gotta correct them from time to time because the shit's not cool. Listen, we got mothers. We all have fucking mothers, right? We got daughters. You understand me? We got nieces. We got uh, girl cousins, right? Women are in our lives, but the amount of fucking neglect, disrespect that we show them is not cool. And I say we because I'm gonna include myself because I don't claim to be perfect. It's been times where my anger has got the best of me, and I probably said some foul shit, right? Or did some dickhead shit, right? But for the most part, I really try to show my appreciation and respect, right? I'm not even saying everybody, every man across the world needs to be, bowing down and things like that. I ain't going there. But respect is respect. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest, fellas. We really lacking in that department when it comes to women, man. And we gotta do better. We gotta quit promoting this shit to our sons. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop doing that shit. Cause having sex with a woman doesn't make you a man, dog. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? We need to come up with something universal. That's like this is how you know you have became a man, right? It sucks because then no disrespect. Like I'm saying this the best way I can say it, but like women, you know what I'm saying? They have their menstrual cycle. When you ask any woman in the world, right? Like, how do you know you're a woman? Right? 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say, no, how do you let me rephrase that? How do you know when you have became a woman? 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say, when I have my menstrual, right? And wait, let me stop there for all you weird, perverted motherfuckers out there. Don't be thinking some weird shit like, oh, she had her menstrual. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she 13, but she had her menstrual and she a woman. No, you're a fucking sicko. And a brick should be, you know what? I don't know if I can say that, but something needs to happen to you if you out here thinking a 13-year-old is a woman, right? But this is what they say, this is what they have said universally. Your menstrual, a woman having their menstrual, that's signs of becoming a woman. Yeah, I'm gonna word it like that. We don't have that shit, right? You could be a 13-year-old teenager, and you got an uncle who's 20, and you're like, damn man, he looking at you like, man, you 13, man, you know, it's about that time, you know what I'm saying? You want to become a man, you gotta, lay it down, get your little woman and do your thing with her, and that's just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop promoting that shit. You know what I'm saying? And let's really get out here and start respecting these women. I don't know when did we get so disrespectful. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it has something to do with the music. People like to say they ain't had a father and shit like that. Okay, you can say that, you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't have an example of a man. But you do love your mom, right? And I'm not, you know what? Everybody probably don't love their mom. But I'm gonna just go out there and say, maybe everybody does love their mom. And if you love your mom and you wouldn't want anybody disrespecting your mother, you should show that same courtesy to that woman on the train with you, right? You should show that same respect to a woman that, quote unquote, rejected you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been the dude to go talk to a woman and she goes, "Oh no, I'm good," and I turn around and be like, "Bitch, fuck you." You know what I'm saying? You dirty piece of you. Like I ain't never had the urge to say that. So why yeah, that's a question I want to ask the fellas. You know what I'm saying? Why do y'all do that? If she say I'm cool, y'all keep going. Why not? All right, have a nice day and go to the next one. It's 7 billion people on this earth. Half are women. Just because one tell you, you ain't. I mean, why you throwing the fucking hissy fit? Just move on to the next. Y'all done made it so, and this is disgusting. In my opinion, y'all done made it so women have to go around and pretend, right? Pretend to be super fucking nice and play along in fear of you motherfuckers might try to kill her because she don't want to exchange numbers with you. Like, do y'all hear how that sound? But yeah, I know it's gonna be some guys out there. Well, they shouldn't be so disrespectful, and if they don't want nobody to talk to them, y'all sound dumb. Just y'all sound dumb. Just really analyze what you're saying, and and like matter of fact, record what you're saying, and then play it back. If you went outside, right, as a man, you go outside as a man, and a motherfucker is harassing you, right, to, I don't know, get him some spare change. It's another dude, right? And he's harassing you. And let's just say you're the smaller person, and he's harassing you to give him some change. And then you tell him no, right? You told him no the first time, calm and respectful. But he keep going. He keep going. You gonna play along? You gonna try to be, timid? Like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have any money for you. You know what I mean? In hopes that he don't just haul off and beat your motherfucking ass. Or worse. That's crazy. And that's the respect thing, right? Listen, fellas, she say no, go to the next one. You know what I mean? All right, get out her fucking space. Cause it's gonna get to the point where she may not be able to play that facade anymore and be like trying to use her femininity to get you up off of her. You know what I'm saying? She might have to curse your ass out. Now your pride is hurt. Not only is she telling you no, she cursing you out. Just fucking leave from the first no. It does it, like it is so many other women that's gonna say yes. Quit doing that shit. You're making us look bad. It's really embarrassing. Like grow up, bro. You have been told no before. I'm sure you have. You know what I'm saying? Your mom has told you no. You've been told no, you can't get this job. You know what I'm saying? You have faced rejection before. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. Just move along. You feel me? That shit's crazy. I probably spent too much time on that, but that's one of the things that annoy me, man. We're calling ourselves men, but then we do weird shit like harass women because they told us no. Bro, man, listen, I can't count how many times I've been told no. You shoot your shot, bro. It's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around, do that dumb shit. Now you're in jail just because somebody told you no. It's crazy. It Yeah, man. But anyway, do right, fellas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure at some point I'm a I'm probably gonna have an episode where I dig a little deeper in this because this time, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do some more research on it. But I feel like we can start by telling our nephews, telling our sons, our little boy cousins, like, look, sex does not make you a man. That's not how you know you're a man. You know what I'm saying? We need to come up with something universal. You know what I'm saying? Because we promoting weird shit, and the people before us was promoting weird shit. You know what I'm saying? I got homeboys. I'm considered a late bloomer. I lost my virginity at 14. I This motherfuckers that done lost their virginity at 11, 12, calling me a late fucking bloomer at 14. So do y'all see how that shit does not like make sense? You know what I'm saying? So we got to get in a different mind frame. We have to start promoting something else, right? We got to start promoting respect. You know what I'm saying? Not just for women, but for everybody. But you know what I'm saying? That's just something I noticed. There's a lack of respect for women, period. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna be the guy to tell a woman, you know what I'm saying, what they need to work on, right? I'm gonna leave that to the women. You know what I'm saying? They need to start calling out each other. You know what I'm saying? Not that weak pick me shit. You know what I'm saying? Not that. You feel me? Because if you know what? Let me backtrack. Let me rephrase that. I'm not gonna say pick me, right? Y'all don't gotta kiss nobody's ass. You know what I'm saying? Because when you display that kind of behavior, you know what I mean, you're not championing us. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were championing us, most of the women that are on social media that's like that, they be hella single, and you know they not getting picked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say pick me. I'm not gonna do that, right? But the point is, what I'm trying to make, fellas, we need to focus on getting better. You know what I'm saying? And coming up with some shit that's gonna change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? And having these young boys up under us come up different. You feel me? Women, there's obvious some shit that y'all need to work on. But I can't tell y'all, and I'm not gonna try to tell y'all what y'all need to do because I'm sure y'all done heard y'all daddies, y'all uncles, dudes off the streets, dudes on the internet saying what y'all need to do. Maybe y'all should have some kind of universal round table and figure it out. Because just as much as we should be respecting y'all and appreciating y'all, y'all should be doing the same thing. That's the only thing I'm gonna say that y'all should be doing, right? Because there's a lot of disrespect coming from y'all also. But you all focus on that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna focus on trying to get men to be, solid. You know what I'm saying? Respectable type individuals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, will we fuck up? Players fuck up all the time. And that's one of my favorite things to say. Players fuck up because shit, Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player of all time, he fucked up quite a few times. Some might say LeBron James. Guess what? He done fucked up. You can't name a person that hasn't fucked up. Players fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's about how you bounce back. But anyway, fellas, we got to start doing better. Sex does not make you a man. Let's start pushing that. That does not make you a man. Sex does not make you a man. Say it with me. Sex does not make you a man. All right, moving on. Shit's crazy. I think I have, touched on quite a few things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna continue to try to, strike a chord, you know what I'm saying, provoke thought, you know what I'm saying. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Today's show was a little different, you know what I'm saying. I ain't had no history lesson in there. These are just some random things. Once again, is Donnie's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, if you're on Spotify, there's a comment section. You can leave comments. I know I'm gonna have some negative comments out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm prepared for that mentally. You feel me? But what you should know is I really do not give a fuck about your negativity. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep pushing what I'm pushing, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is bigger than the program. You understand me? So, in closing, you know what I'm saying? Peace and love. You feel me? And the blind can't lead the blind. Somebody gotta play the dog. And I'm out.